Hello folks, and welcome to another edition of the Super Server called Server Diaries. Just like to apologise for the lengthy time between my last video and this current one. And that's due to my partner being pregnant, of course, not having the time to, amongst moving properties and sort of in between properties, and trying to get things ready for when my partner gives birth to her new baby. So times are a little bit pushed at the moment. So just wanted to hop onto YouTube and show you the latest updates of my equipment and my server rack and everything else, as people have been emailing. And thank you for those people who've been emailing and commenting and asking where my videos have gone. I do still exist on the planet, and I will still be producing videos, but the time between videos may be varied due to my partner expecting very, very soon. So yeah, here we go with the new equipment. We're starting off with a massive change since my last video. I've had a new fibre uplink upgrade to my line. I was running on ADSL before. I've recently upgraded to fibre, which I'm getting speeds of around 10 meg up and around 72 meg down at the moment, so speeds are impressive. And it's a vast improvement on my ADSL line, which was around an 8 meg down and half a meg up. So it's definitely an improvement on last time. Now, since you saw my video last, I have a new Wi-Fi access point, very thankfully provided, very gratefully provided by my ISP, which I didn't really need, but yep, it's there anyway. So that's that. Obviously the power board's a little bit more cluttered now than it used to be. And here, let's talk about this little beauty. This is the new equipment. It's called an FTTC modem from BT Openreach, for those of you who live in the UK. Those of you who don't, BT is our local telephone network provider. All the internet service providers jump off their network. So this is the new fibre broadband modem that's designed for the new fibre optic that's coming to the UK, that will eventually support 120 megabits and 40 megabits up. So they're impressive speeds, considering this is still going down a copper network. It's fibre from the cabinet at the end of the road to the exchange. However, the copper network which it carries the broadband to your house basically is still the copper network. So it's pretty impressive, considering that when they built this copper network, fibre was never even thought of. So you know, it's pretty impressive that these speeds are still able to be delivered up the copper network. I've had some teething problems with the modem. I've had it replaced once, but it took 6 engineer visits to figure out the fact that it was actually their equipment affecting my routers. I was getting frequent dropouts, and I was the 4th person in my town to actually get the fibre optic broadband. So I was definitely going to expect some teething problems. But apart from that, I've got my Linksys, my trusty Linksys PAP2 telephone VoIP adapter, which goes out to my phone on my office desk in the front room, as you've seen in my past videos. But that's pretty much it as far as the PDU board goes. So it's getting a little bit more busier now, shall we say. But nothing's really been added apart from the fibre modem and the access point. I've got to say that that Netgear access point is very good. And not only does it offer your standard Wi-Fi, but it also offers a guest Wi-Fi. So it's got like a dual Wi-Fi channel facility on that, and you can have a USB drive into it as well, so you can FTP straight into it if you want to, as does my Draytech router. So I've got 2 routers that do that function now. I think a lot more routers that come out, especially from the more costly vendors like Netgear and 3Com and all those, are definitely start offering that sort of feature on their routers. It's definitely an extremely useful feature for those hardcore file sharers out there, and people who want to store massive things but don't really want their computer on all the time. So it's definitely a useful feature. Needless to say, let's go to the rack and see what changes have happened there. Okay, so here we are at the rack. I just wanted to say that not much has really changed here, because obviously the equipment is very, very expensive to buy and even more expensive to run. needless to say. It's my hobby, so I enjoy running it. No, as I say, from an equipment point of view, nothing has really changed here. As is at the rest of the rack, nothing's changed. Apart from the fact that I'm now using my Draytech as a router. Before it was managing my ADSL PPOA connection as well. Because we have a slightly different network now, I will soon be upgrading to fibre channel routers and also sort of a bit of a faster network from the router to the rest of my rack. So it's able to deliver speeds of up to 1,000 megabyte, which is obviously I'll never get to use that amount of data, but internal it'll be very, very quick for me to use. So file transfer, backups, all those kind of things will be much, much quicker, and I'll be sort of doing in lightning speed, much like my broadband connection at the moment, which is pretty damn good. But yeah, pretty much that space is still empty. I'm currently on the KVM at the moment, managing one of my Windows servers. I've only got one in the rack, and that does tasks that my Linux boxes can't do. Yeah, so the monitoring station here, that there is the server that I'm on currently. Then you've got the switches and all the other rest of the gear. And just below that white server there, you might see a USB disk CD-ROM drive, DVD-ROM drive. That's so I could administer that white server there. That doesn't have a CD drive. Less to go wrong, of course, but there we go. That's that. Still the same equipment down here, so nothing's really changed. So I just wanted to update you with the Technolist stuff that I go and rabble on about in my videos, and to just to show my subscribers and people that are interested in my videos that I haven't gone anywhere. So apologies for my, as I say earlier on, for my the gaps in between my videos. They are extended now, as I said, due to my partner being pregnant. Nevertheless, I'm still here and still producing videos and still expanding my network, so that won't stop me. Like I say, the difference now is the router is now into WAN 2, so obviously a network cable runs all the way along my trunk at the top of the ceiling, and then it drops down into the BT fibre modem that I say is up here, and that's where the as far as BT equipment, that's where their responsibilities terminate. Good thing is with having fibre now, of course, is there's less to go wrong from the point of view of faults when BT have to come out and diagnose something. It's either something between the exchange and the cabinet, or here in the obviously the customer's property. But obviously, like I say, the modem now belongs to BT. So anything that goes wrong with this FTTC modem, that's where it terminates, and the responsibility is theirs basically. It's also probably interesting for you to know that there are two types of BT modem. There's the ECC and the Hawaii. Now, interestingly, when I spoke to one of the BT engineers that replaced this modem last week after 6 call-outs, 2 line card changes at exchange, 1 drop cable change from the pylon, and other bits and bobs. I managed to diagnose it being a fault with this modem. Nevertheless, onwards and upwards, I will say that there are 2 types of modems, like I said, ECC and Hawaii. They are the manufacturers of these BT OpenReach modems. Now, interestingly, when the engineer visited, he told me that either modem has to be the same type as the type of equipment that's in the cabinet, because that's where the DSLAM now sits. And of course, the DSLAM is what profiles your line and decides what speeds are stable for your line. So that's how BT are cleverly able to deliver faster speeds to your home. They've basically moved the DSLAM from the exchange to the end of your road in a brand new shiny green cabinet. I might be able to show you that green cabinet a bit later, but that comes a little bit later. And basically, what my fibre engineer says, if you, on the off chance, buy a Hawaii-based modem from wherever, whether you're given one by BT by accident or whether you buy one, it will not communicate with the DSLAM at the end of the road. So this will be interesting to see soon what BT are going to do about that, because of course when fibre optic, the BT Infinity gets more popular over the country as time goes on, hardware providers will start providing dual router and VDSL modem built in. So of course it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to come about, because obviously, be it there being two types of technology, Hawaii and ECC, these software vendors and hardware providers are going to have to facilitate this. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. So yes, so that not much change there. So let's go to the fibre cabinet and show you where my fibre optic cable terminates and where it continues off to my home on the copper network. Okay, so before I go to the fibre cabinet, I just wanted to show you the new drop cord that BT replaced for me. Here it goes all the way up to the pylon, which obviously goes there, and then from that point on it goes down into the ground, and then it goes off to the fibre cabinet, which I'm about to show you next. Okay folks, so here we go, we're now approaching the new fibre cabinet number 15, which is this one here. This is where my fibre terminates from the exchange and comes into the copper network that I was talking about, and that there is the old ADSL2 and ADSL2 Plus cabinet. Okay folks, that's all from Super Server Diaries. Bye for now, until next time.